I have so much to talk to you about today, but it's something that nobody really ever talks about. Menopause. Okay, here's a question. You're going into menopause. How old are you and how long does it last? 6 months? 2 years? 1 month? A decade? I'm gonna tell you right now. Subscribe below, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Talk to you soon. So, I don't know about you, but nobody really talked about menopause. Like, as a woman growing up, it's not like my mom sat me down and said, hey, by the way, when you reach a certain age, you're gonna feel awful, and that's just the beginning of menopause. So, I'm lucky because I hear everyone's stories. And what I know is that no women were really told about menopause and what that means and what that's going to feel like. Because, of course, we thought that happened to like older people, but like we all get older and like one day it happens. And the thing that I'm seeing is that women have unnecessarily been suffering. Here's what I can tell you. You don't have to suffer through menopause. You don't have to really suffer through anything, but you do have to take care of yourself and you do have to talk to your doctor. And you know what? Sometimes you have to do a little bit of your own research. There are hormones out there that you can use that are safer than others, and it's just a matter of figuring out what's best for you. I will tell you, no one needs to be miserable. Okay. So the truth is you don't have to suffer. I know what you're thinking. There's some good news and there's some bad news. The good news is, yes, you don't have to suffer. The bad news is you have to do something about it. You actually have to actively participate in helping yourself. First thing, exercise. I am telling you, it is the best medication. You've got to get up, you've got to get moving, you've got to get sweaty, get your heart rate up. It helps you. It helps with hot flashes. It helps with sleeping. It helps with mood. It helps you feel better and to get through this. Second, again, got to be proactive. It's diet. It's what you put in your mouth. Get rid of the crap. Get rid of the sugar. Get rid of the fried foods, the processed foods. Eat healthy stuff, vegetables, fruits, nuts, good fats in the form of fish and olive oil and nuts and multigrains. I promise you, you get rid of the bad foods, you're gonna start feeling so much better. And the last thing, I know it's not easy, but it's sleep. What do you do and how do you get there? First thing is, you gotta go to bed. So every night, plan to go to bed at the same time, maybe a little earlier every night so you get more sleep. And try and do something to reduce the stress. Get into bed, meditate, breathe, gratitude, think about anything else but all the stress that you're going through. And then shut off the lights and go to bed. The most ridiculous part of this menopause story that I hear from all of my patients, they ask their mothers, how was your menopause, Mom? I'm gonna tell you, 99.9% of the time they tell me that their mother told them, it was nothing. It was fine. I didn't have a symptom. Lasted 4 days. No problem. Don't know what you're talking about. We have no precedent to go on. Our mothers didn't tell us the truth, and nobody's talking about it. This is up to you. I want to tell you what I was thinking about today. The longer that I'm a cardiologist, the more that I realize how much the heart is a metaphor for life. People come in with heart disease, heart sickness, but sometimes it's not really necessarily about their hearts. We know that depression, for example, is a risk factor for heart disease. It's more of a risk factor for women than it is for men. and that there is a fourfold increase in the risk of heart attack with depression. Well, think about that. Why is that? Sometimes it leads to behaviors that are not maybe conducive to good health. People sometimes overeat or don't eat enough, they don't sleep, they drink too much, they smoke. Those are the behaviors that make us sick. But sometimes it's just being in the mind of that depressed person or anxious person. It's a rush of stress hormones that are constantly pummeling the arteries. And living in that fight or flight place all the time, well, that can have a huge effect on the heart. So if we just look at a person holistically, like who they are, and we address not just their heart issues, but what's going on in their minds, what's bothering them, how are they perceiving themselves, how are they looking at life? It's amazing. Being optimistic, it increases longevity. It prolongs life through health. What about pessimism? I think we really need to understand that each and every one of us need to look at ourselves for who we are and not just look at the disease, but really to understand the root cause of that disease, to understand that maybe if we take care of our heads, our depression, our pessimism, our anxiety, hey, I've seen it. Sometimes the heart gets better on its own. Okay, I hear you. I know you're sweaty. I know you're having hot flashes, and I know you think I'm not addressing it. I promise you I'm addressing it, because we know that exercise is one of the best things to do for people with hot flashes. It actually helps. I'm not telling you not to look into the hormonal route. I'm not saying that, but I am telling you, exercise decreases hot flashes. I hear you. I know you're miserable. It's gonna get better. Get up, get moving, get sweaty, but get sweaty on your terms.